Welcome back, guys. And now let's see what those 5 steps actually look like in practice. Okay, so as this will be with chess positions, whenever you want to think, just stop the video and test yourself. You don't have to, but obviously it's always nice to repeat to get some tactical exercise already in. But you can also watch the video in one full go because it is mostly about explaining and you will do the tactical training later on. Okay, so here we have a Damiano's checkmate. That would be step number 1, somebody teaching you a checkmate pattern. Most important thing in this checkmate is the g6 pawn that supports the incoming queen to give a checkmate on h7. So you need to remember g6 pawn, queen on h7, and you need to see that rook on f8 or a piece on f8. There might be a bishop as well on f8. So the king doesn't have a square to escape, and queen to h7 is checkmate. So now you learned a theme, and let's go to step number 2. You need to apply it. Okay, so here we have a position actually from a real game, and here white found the way to apply the Damiano's checkmate. Okay, for those of you that found it, congratulations. And if you just want to get as fast as possible to the explanation how to train tactics and then to train them very well, that's also totally fine. So I'll just show the solution. Rook h8, clearing the rook, clearing another rook with another rook h8 sacrifice, and now the queen is coming into h7. Boom, and we have a checkmate, right? Just a little advice, whenever you have such a position and you know that queen h7 will be checkmate, just think about, I would love to put my queen on h7. Can I do it? And then you might find, oh, I can actually give both rooks and then give a checkmate. So that was step number 2. Step number 3 is the following position. And now step number 3, you just have to imagine that you would do tactics training online, for example on Lichess, or you are doing it in a book and you don't actually know that it is Damiano's checkmate, right? That is the only difference, is only the situation you are in or the knowledge you have or you don't have actually. So if you have the knowledge here, I think you will find it rook h2 and another rook h1 and another queen h4 and another checkmate on h2, right? These are very similar exercises, but as I said before, if you are in different situations or you know a little bit less, it will be tougher to actually find them. Let's go on. And I have a very, very nice position. Again, all from games that actually happened. And here black needs to apply Damiano's checkmate once more. And I think it is not too hard if you actually know that this beautiful queen needs to land on h2. In a way, it is very similar to the first exercise we had, and it's again giving away those both rooks, right? But you need to imagine that such a position could come up during a game or could come up in an exercise where you don't know that there is a tactic, right? You might want to think about strategical things. Actually, here we are a piece down, so we need to be, quick. But it is much harder if we don't know what we are searching for. And now, just to show you what is possible in a real game, let's go to the last position I prepared. And this is a very nice position. Imagine you're playing this game, and now your opponent is playing bishop to e3. And now you can really stop the video if you want and to think about, is there a way to play for black, or what is the way? What would you move here? Now, this is really a beautiful application of Damiano's checkmate, and it is a little bit further away and it involves a beautiful silent move. So we need to get the pawn on g3, so we sacrifice the knight, opening up the rook. King to g1, and now there is the great move king to e7. What a beautiful move. Now, because of the queen on e2, even if white moves their rook, there will be a checkmate, right? If we moves the rook, rook h1, another rook, we know already that this is also going to be lost. And now queen h2 and queen h1. Bishop g1, queen takes g1. So as you see, this is already advanced. This is further away because it's not the exact Damiano's checkmate. But you can only get to this point in chess mastery if you solved the first parts of the Damiano's checkmate. You really need to have it internalized. And then during a game, you might come up with this incredibly crazy idea to just play king e7, and there is no way to stop your double rook sacrifice and then giving checkmate with the queen. So that is the last step. If you manage to produce something like this in the game, oh, I bet this is an amazing feeling, and you will be extremely strong, and all of your opponents will be very afraid to play against you. Okay, so now let's go to the next video where we talk about how you can best learn a motive and what are the best resources to do so. See you there.